Okay, so I'm gonna point this conversation at Lucas here. Big fan of Bielsa ball.
I like
Explain.
football. Explain what?
Explain, because I have my own theories on Bielsa ball, and I'm sure they're different than yours.
Oh, what do you mean? Like, what do you want me to say? They obviously probably underestimated this side.
Defend this style and this manager that you love so much.
What's wrong with his style? Obviously, some games you're not. They probably should. They should be winning
His
this match.
style is not good.
What do you mean
his
it's
style's
not
not
good?
good.
Style, just not conducive of being on a shitty team.
They just
No offense,
lost
Leeds.
3-0 to Crowley Town. They've been smacked up by United and multiple other teams.
They should be smacked up by United and those top teams, though. What's wrong with Bielsa? What's wrong with Bielsa having this type of play style that's enjoyable to watch? Sometimes you lose games, but sometimes you do win
overhyped.
games, and they're doing relatively well in the Premier
overrated.
League.
I think-
only like 3 points behind Chelsea, I believe, who have spent way more money than them, have been given way too many free passes by a lot of people, other than Chelsea fans.
The only problem I have
People
with
talk as
Bielsa's
if
style of
Bielsa
play-
is the next coming of God himself.
it's
and
not
it's
really
not.
it's not really, and take this with a great, it's not really a winning style of football,
Yeah,
It's not.
especially for Leeds.
but Leeds were just
if he was-
promoted.
If you was on a team like, if you had a team on a team like Bayern or even Chelsea, where they had a solid enough defense to cover a lot of the gaps that they leave, it would be a different story. Man City, even if you had those kind of players, it'd be a different story. But when you're playing against higher quality players, man, like, you need to fucking defend, bro.
But I mean, they're playing as Crawley
Scoring
Town.
goals
no
is
offense to
half the
Crawley
battles.
Town, but they're not Barcelona. Like,
They should have this, like, I get in football shit happens, but like,
but
dude, it's how do
you say high caliber of opponent, and let me
I
tell
didn't-
you, Crawley
I
Town
didn't
brought
think-
on as a substitute in the 93rd
I've never
minute
heard of this
the highest of opposition. They brought on Mark Wright. Now, if you don't know who Mark Wright is, he's a TV presenter in Britain. He's a TV. He does game shows. He does talk shows. So they brought on a talk show host because his brother plays for the team. Like, it's like, what?
Apparently, he's decent
Oh, I love
football,
the
though. He
FA
played
Cup.
for Spurs.
well, I'd
at the youth
imagine
level.
so, but like, still.
But no, look, what I'm going to say, Leeds, right now, despite losing some games pretty badly, being out of the FA Cup, but they play some great football. That's enjoyable to watch for a neutral. They're 12th place
Yeah,
right
they
now in
play-
the Premier League. 1 point above
They play
Wolves,
good
who you
football,
have been
but they
praising
don't-
many times in the past, Liam.
They don't play it.
They have the same. Sorry,
winning
Matt. Let me just finish
football.
my point. They have the same amount of points as Arsenal. 3 points behind West Ham, who've been in the Premier League for many years. 3 points behind Chelsea. 6 points behind Everton, although Everton have a game. They're only 6 points behind Spurs.
Everyone was saying the same thing post-match, and it was like the pundits will be saying this right now. Yeah, Leeds might be losing 3-0 to a League Two side, but they play the best football in the world's ever seen. They never stop, always keep moving. Incredible scenes. That's what pundits say. That's what Lucas says. That's what these footballing hipsters say.
Look, a team deserves criticism if they lose to Crowley Town in the FA Cup, but look, sometimes that happens. We've seen many times. We've seen West Brom lose to Blackpool this past weekend. We've seen many surprising results in the FA Cup. That's why people love the FA Cup, the magic of the FA Cup.
I do love the FA
But
Cup.
if you're talking about Leeds United, who are just promoted to the Premier League, and they're playing a style that people enjoy watching and still doing relatively well in the Premier League, what's the problem? No one's expecting them to
I
be a
just
top
don't
four
think
team.
it can be a consistent play style
They are giving you a consistent play style, but
to get you where you need to be.
look, when you play this play style against teams that are a lot better than you, you're going to get smashed, but that happens. But on the other side of things, when you play this play style against teams around your level, sometimes you smash them, and that brings a lot of joy to their fans.
And evidently,
Ultimately,
sometimes you play against teams that are well below your standard, and you also get smashed.
I mean,
Yeah.
that
I mean,
deserves
for Leeds
criticism, yes,
United-
for sure.
For Leeds United, we can discuss them more when the Premier League comes back, and we'll see how they do. But for today in the FA Cup, they will be deeply disappointed to be exiting at this stage against Crawley Town and to be losing 3-0. It was a bit of embarrassment, especially to Mark Wright. I mean, yes, he came on and had a 100% pass accuracy, He also only made 2 passes though. But big up
Now,
Mark
2 for 2,
Mark
bro.
Wright.
2 for 2, bro.
Big up Mark Wright.